Welcome to Networks Professionals.
All right, so you want to build an awesome, future-proof career in tech, right? Well, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to break down two huge certifications, CCNA and Azure Architect, and really map out the ultimate path for your IT career. So let's just dive right in.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? You look out there and there are just so many IT certs to choose from. It's honestly kind of overwhelming to figure out where to even start. Don't worry though, we're going to answer that question today and lay out a super clear, step-by-step roadmap that'll get you where you want to go.
Okay, so first things first. Every great journey, every skyscraper, it all needs a solid starting point, a foundation. And in the IT world, that foundation, without a doubt, is networking. Think about it. Before you can do the cool stuff like building in the cloud or fighting off cyber attacks, you've got to understand how all the pieces connect in the first place.
And that brings us to our first major milestone, the CCNA. Seriously, you can think of it as the ABCs of networking, and we call it that for a really good reason. This is the cert that teaches you the basic language of how the entire internet works, how all our modern IT systems talk to each other. It's that fundamental.
And let me tell you, this foundation is so crucial. A lot of people think CCNA is just for network engineers, but that's not true at all. It's a core skill that's going to make you better at pretty much any IT job. You're going to learn real-world stuff you'll use every single day, like IP addressing and routing. Plus, it's a global standard, so it's recognized everywhere. It's basically your master key to unlock those first big roles in networking, system admin, and even cybersecurity.
All right, so now we're all on the same page. CCNA is where we start. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. What does it actually take to earn this thing and build that rock-solid foundation for your career?
Okay, let's look at the exam itself. It's run by Cisco, of course. You're looking at about $300 to take it. You get 120 minutes, 2 hours, to prove you know your stuff, covering everything from the absolute basics of networking all the way to security and even some automation. And that passing score, it's around 825 out of 1,000. So yeah, you definitely need to prepare well for this one.
So how do you even prep for it? Well, here's your roadmap. You got to start with the absolute basics, the OSI model, subnetting, the classic stuff. Then you really dive into the official syllabus from Cisco. But listen up, the most important part, the real game changer is step 3, getting hands-on practice with tools like Packet Tracer or GNS3. That is where all the theory just clicks. After that, you just hammer out mock tests and go back to fix up your weak spots.
So you put in all that work. What's the payoff? Well, besides all the awesome knowledge you get, there's a pretty sweet financial reward. We're talking an average salary bump of $8,000 a year just for getting your CCNA. Now that's a serious return on your investment, right?
Okay, so you've built your foundation, you've got your CCNA, you're solid. So what's next? Where do you go from here? For almost everyone in IT right now, the answer is simple. You go to the cloud. This is how you level up your entire career and jump into one of the absolute hottest parts of the tech industry.
And when we're talking cloud, one of the biggest names in the game is the Azure Solutions Architect Expert certification. Now let's be clear, this is not a beginner cert. This is the next level. This is for pros who are ready to design and manage really complex, powerful solutions on Microsoft's Azure platform.
So what does this exam look like? Well, it's run by Microsoft, and it's a bit cheaper, around $165. You need to pass the one exam, the AZ305, with at least a 700 out of 1,000. And see that last point? Best for experienced IT professionals. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is where having that CCNA foundation really starts to pay off big time.
The way you prep for this one is also a step up. A really good place to start is with the Cloud Fundamentals. The AZ900 cert is perfect for that. From there, you dig into the core Azure services like VMs, storage, and networking. And just like with the CCNA, the most important thing is hands-on practice. But this time, you're going to be living inside the Azure portal, building real stuff.
And once you have that Azure Architect certification, wow, the doors that open are huge. We're talking about some of the most in-demand, highest-paying jobs in all of tech. Roles like Cloud Architect, Cloud Engineer, DevOps Engineer. Seriously, these are the jobs that companies are practically begging to fill right now.
So, here we go. The big showdown, CCNA versus Azure Architect. But you know what? It's not really a fight about which one is better. That's the wrong way to look at it. The real question is, which one is right for you right now in your career? And even more importantly, how do they fit together?
Okay, let's just lay it all out, side by side. It's pretty clear, right? CCNA is your entry point. It's a beginner-level cert focused on networking, and it's moderately difficult. On the other hand, Azure Architect is advanced. It's harder, it's all about cloud computing, and it really expects you to already have that foundational knowledge.
So, if there's one thing you take away from this comparison, it's this. The CCNA is your foundation. It's what teaches you the how and the why of how everything connects. The Azure Architect cert, that's your specialization. That's where you take that foundation and use it to build these incredible, complex systems in the cloud. It's like I said before, you just can't build a skyscraper on a weak foundation. It doesn't work.
All right, let's bring it all home. We're going to tie all of this together into your ultimate IT roadmap. This is it, the clear, simple, actionable path that you can literally start walking down today. And here it is. You know, the best part is how beautifully simple this path is. Step 1, start with the CCNA. Just master those networking fundamentals. Step 2, and this part is absolutely critical, get a job. Get your hands dirty with real-world experience. And then, step 3, it's time to level up. You specialize with Azure and launch yourself into that high-demand, high-paying cloud world.
And that's really the whole point, isn't it? It was never about one versus the other. It's about how these two things work together perfectly. When you follow this path, you don't just end up with a couple of pieces of paper. No way. You become a seriously well-rounded, highly skilled, and totally job-ready IT pro. The kind of person any company would be thrilled to have on their team.
So there you have it. The path is crystal clear. The steps are all laid out for you. And the destination? A killer career in tech. You have the roadmap in your hands right now. So the only question left to ask is, what's your first step going to be?
Thanks for watching.